Afternoon guys, and welcome to one of our vegan dishes. So we're doing a 7-day vegan, and this is one of our lunch dishes that you can use all week or an evening meal, whatever you want to do. I'm going to bulk it up so it can last for a few days for lunch. So let's start off. We need a nice sharp knife, so get your nice knife and sharp, yeah? Okay, little tip, always have that tea towel there, yeah? You can always grab something hot, wipe your hands down, nice and easy. So I've started off with a couple of ingredients, just so you don't have to watch me. I've chopped up red onion, I've chopped up a white onion, and I've half chopped another pepper. I'm going to do another red onion. So I've got 2 red onions and a white onion because I wanted to bulk this dinner up. Okay, so that will make me 2 red onions and one white onion. Now remember, don't cut the top off the onion, that's what makes your eyes water. So I'll cut from the sides down, peel around, and then you can chop it as fine or as bulky as you like. I like mine nice and thick, so I will keep it chunky in this burrito, vegan burrito. So red onion, 2 red onions in and 1 white onion. I've also got 2 cloves of garlic ready to be crushed. Okay, this is all going to be in your food menu, your ingredients list, so you will have all that information ready. So that's another red onion. Like I say, for me and Leanne, this will bulk us up and last us all week for lunches. We'll put these on our nice wraps or in a nice pita, or even just on its own. It's a lovely dish just on its own. So however you want to do it, I'm doing it as a burrito style today, not burrito. So first thing we're going to do is your vegetable stock that hopefully you got from your food shop. There's mine from Aldi, my 4 stock pots. That's on the side in boiling water. I'm going to get my pan nice and hot now. So get that pan nice and hot whenever you're using anything. Now our oil base is going to be coconut oil, so another healthy choice. So it comes as dry form, and we're just going to drop that into our pan, and that will heat up quite quickly. It hasn't got as high a temperature to burn as some of the oils, so keep your eye on that. That will heat up very quickly. So in the dish, first off, we're going to put our onion and crushed garlic. Okay, I'm just going to get my garlic crusher and get my onion in there. So the noise we want to hear when we put anything in that pan is that nice searing sound, okay? So hopefully we'll hear that as we get the onion in. There we go. Okay, I could have done with it a little bit hotter, but that's fine. We're just going to try and avoid dropping the garlic in, because I don't want that in yet. I'm going to crush that. So there we go. That is our 1 white onion chopped and in, and our 2 red onions. Okay, now that's searing nicely. I'm going to crush our garlic in there as well. So I've got 2 garlic cloves ready to crush. In there you go, just to add a nice bit of flavour. That will sear that. So that's 1 garlic clove in and 2 garlic cloves in. There we go. Okay, just add that to the mix. Okay, this is where your tea towel's handy. Swap the hands a little bit and get stirring those flavours in together. Okay, so that is literally just the garlic and the onion. They're just going to brown up nicely now. I've got that heat nice and high. I'm going to turn that down a slight bit now. Now we're going to get our brown rice in. So for 1 part rice, we're going to go 2 parts vegetable stock. Okay, so there's definitely 1 pot there. Okay, see if I can get 2 parts. Right, so I'm just going to add another bit of boiling water to that, just to round that off. So 1 part rice, 1 part stock. And I'm going to turn that rice onto a low heat now. So that rice is on in the background. Okay, onions cooking away nicely. Nextly, we're going to add in our tinned black beans. So I've got these black beans in water. I'm going to chuck them bad boys in. So 1 whole tin of black beans. Get them in. Hear that nice sound. Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to bulk this dinner up. So if it was only 1 meal, I'd probably only use 1 tin. I've got 1 tin of taco beans and 1 tin of black beans. But being as I want this to last me quite a few days in the week for my lunch, I'm using 2 tins. Okay? You use what you want to use. If you're bulking up for the rest of your lunches, do 2 tins. If not, just do the 1 tin, and that's fine. Okay, there's my tin opener. So 2 tins of your beans going in, or 1 tin, depending on what you want to use. So while that's cooking away nicely there, I've chopped up 1 red pepper, and I'm going to do 2, and I've also got a tomato ready. So that's the spicy taco beans now, they're going into the mix as well. So we've got 400 gram tin of black beans and a 400 gram tin of spicy taco beans. You could use any beans that you want to make this burrito, anything that you fancy. Have a look on the shelves, see what's in sale, and add that to your dish. Okay, so rice is bubbling away. 2 tins of beans are in there. Next thing I'm going to add are my seasoning. Okay, so my seasoning is going to consist of some smoked paprika. I put in about a teaspoon of smoked paprika in. Okay, so that's smoked paprika. Next ingredient, I'm going to use about a teaspoon of turmeric. Okay, that's going to add a nice little bit of colour and a nice little bit of kick. So paprika, turmeric. Next one is going to be some cumin. Hello, darling. Are you going to try some vegan food tonight? Yeah. Okay, so we've got some cumin going in. Okay, about a teaspoon of cumin. And I'm going to stir those flavours in now, just so that all gets around all them beans, garlic, red and white onion. Okay, that smells good already. Okay, now that rice is boiling away, I'm just going to turn that temperature down a little bit, just so it cooks slowly. I want to keep the water in there for quite some time, because the brown rice does take a little bit longer to cook rather than the white rice. Okay, so the next ingredient we're going to add, we've got some passata. So 500 grams. We're going to add that in. You don't have to use all of it. You can save a bit towards the end just to see what the consistency is like. So I'll probably put 3/4 of that in, and then I will have a look what it's like towards the end. Okay. So now we're going to add our pepper and our tomato. So depending on how chunky you like your pepper, depends on obviously how you're going to cut it. Little tip for your pepper: cut off the base end of the pepper, or the stem end, stalk end, whatever you want to call it. Cut that off, lay it nice and flat, and then cut around the seeds. Okay, and then what you'll be left with is just the middle bit with all the seeds. Easy peasy. Chuck that away. That's the best way to cook that pepper. And then we're going to slice that into whatever size chunks you want. I'm going to cut it into about 1 centimetre chunks, I'd have thought. Okay, I want a little bit of crunch in the dish. So a couple of centimetres. I'm doing 1 centimetre chunks for this one, and just cut that up however you want. So I've put 1 red pepper in and 1 yellow pepper. because I want to bulk this dish up. I want this dish to last me quite some time. The more vegetables I put in there, the longer this will last me. And I can take that to work, I can put it in the fridge, I can reheat it up, then I can fill it up with adding a wrap or a taco, anything. I can really bulk this dinner up and make it last. So that's my peppers cut into roughly 1 centimetre chunks. And then I'm going to add that to our mixture. And then once they're around, I'm going to turn that temperature down and just let that simmer away a little bit slower. And then I'll add my tomatoes in. There we go. Wow, this dish is going to be filling when it's done. Probably last 3 to 4 days this will last. Okay, in we go. So, 2 peppers in, 1 red, 1 yellow. It's going to look absolutely stunning, this dish. Okay, make sure you've got a nice big bowl to get it in. Okay, so rice still bubbling away nicely. That's it. Okay, so that's all nicely in now. Just the tomatoes to add. So I've got some nice on the vine tomatoes. I'm just going to cut them up into small slices. So again, nice sharp knife. Cut them up. Oh, my mouth's watering, I can smell that food. So we're cutting these up nicely in there. These nice tomatoes are going to go in. Nice and juicy. Obviously the nicer tomato you buy, the more flavour that's going to add to that. So chop them tomatoes up. Probably about the same sizes as your pepper chunks, about 1 centimetre. I'm just going to add all this lovely filling flavoursome dish all together. Okay, in we go. So tomatoes are in there as well now. We've got some great flavours going on there, guys. So tomatoes are in, peppers are in, 2 red onions, 1 white onion. The amounts that you want to put in, decide yourself, see what you want to do. But this is going to be quite a big, hearty, filling dish. Okay, I'm turning this main one down now. Just wipe my hands a little bit. And we're going to be adding some lime juice now into the mix of the rice. So I'm going to cut the lime in half, and just while that rice is simmering away, just squirt a bit of lime juice in there. That's just going to add a nice bit of flavour. Okay, in we go. Okay, I'm just going to turn that rice up a little bit now and give that a little stir. Doesn't really matter if you use that same spoon, all them flavours are just going to congeal nicely together. So we've got a lime juice in the rice. Our main source of fuel in this main dish here is bubbling away nicely. Our next thing to do is just leave that to simmer now for about 15-20 minutes. And we will come back and finish off with the finalising of the dish. I hope you're up to this standard. Let's go. So the burritos have been simmering away now for about 20 minutes and it's looking really nice. I've just tasted it. I just added a little bit more salt and pepper just for my taste. So add whatever taste you want. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave that uncovered, but leave it on a low simmer just so it thickens up a little bit more. You could add a little bit of corn flour with some water if you wanted to make that a little bit thicker, but I'm just going to reduce it down just so it gets a little bit less watery in there. Okay, so with the lid off, that will do its job. Beautiful. Now the rice, that's been simmering away on a nice low heat, so I came back and just covered that over for a little bit and just let the steam cook that through. So now all the water has gone from the rice. So what I've done now is I've covered that over and I'm literally going to turn that off. Okay, so the rice is done, all the water's gone, I've tasted it. The rice is nice and flavoursome from the vegetable stock. If it needs a bit longer, just cover it over and let the steam cook it through. That'll do nicely. Our next job now is I'm going to cut a little bit of our red cabbage. Now this is going to add some nice crunch to that burrito. So I'm just going to cut a couple of chunks of our red cabbage, and then when it comes to the end of cooking time, when we finalise that dish, we will put the red cabbage on the burrito wrap itself, or whatever you decided to use. That'll make a lovely crunch with that burrito. It'll be lovely. So next preparation now, avocado. So you can press the top to see if it's nice and soft, and then all we're going to do is cut around the outside, go around the nut that's in the middle. Okay, when you've made your complete circle, just twist it slightly. Okay, now to get the nut out, just get the sharp edge of your knife, jab that in, and that should come out. Okay, easy peasy done. Okay, next challenge. We're going to make an avocado smash. So, we're just going to take the skin off the avocado. Now an easy way to do this is cut it in half again. Okay, so you're kind of left with that, and then if the avocado is good, it should just peel back. Okay, that's good. Lovely. Okay, now what we're going to do is put that in a little a bowl or a little tea plate. So the avocado goes in there nicely. I'm probably only going to use half the avocado for this dish. I know Leanne and myself aren't big fans of avocado. We'll eat it, but we don't like it overpowering our dishes. So we've got 2 corners of the avocado in. We're just going to smash that down slightly with the back of a fork. And we've got half of our lime. So half of that lime juice now is going to go into that smashed avocado. And then when we come to add this to our dish as well, we can put the avocado on the burrito or put some red cabbage in the burrito, and then just that's going to make a lovely different taste and texture to your dish. It really is going to bulk up that dish. So avocado smashed, we've used half, and then I'm going to half my lime and just squeeze a little bit of that juice in there. Obviously if you'd use the whole avocado, I'll probably use the whole of that half of that lime, and that really well, guys, just add that nice fresh taste. Tastes like Mexico, Corona. Well, I'm going to add a bit more just to get that flavour of that lime in there. Oh, that's beautiful. So you could mix your red cabbage in there, but I'm going to paste that on the base of the burrito, then add the cabbage, then add the rice and the vegetables. And this dish, guys, is banging. Okay, it's going to be so bulky, so wholesome. So that's pretty much 99% done now. That's just simmering away now and just reducing the consistency of our sauce, and the rice looks absolutely perfect. I will take a photo or a video at the end. Oh, one last thing to do, a bit of coriander in the rice at the end, okay, for a bit of taste if you like it. I will take another little video just to show you, okay. And last finishing touches to our dish now. So we've got our seeded wraps. I've placed them in the oven just to warm up a little bit for me on a couple of plates. I've taken a couple of plates because you know I like hot plates. I can't deal with cold food. So they've been in just literally for a couple of minutes, just to crisp up slightly. So I'm going to lay my wraps out on the plates, and I've got 2 spare. And now we're going to lay this out now. So first goal, smashed avocado. Okay, so we're going to lay this down on our tortilla wrap. Okay, lay that on nicely. So just spread that down the middle. So we've got some nice fresh avocado on there. That will give it a lovely fresh feel to it. Okay, next we're going to put some of our chopped red cabbage on there. So we've got that nice crunch going on. Okay, so we've got nice red cabbage, nice smashed avocado. We're going to put a little bit of our rice in there. Okay, I'm just going to put a small couple of pieces of coriander in that wrap. So a couple of bits of coriander, just to add that next bit of flavour. All these different layers going on. I'm going to actually keep the fork that I've got the avocado out with, just so that adds that flavour again. So that rice now is going on top of the smashed avocado and lime, red cabbage, coriander, and this is such a bulky, hearty meal. And then just to finish it off now, we've got all our mixed kidney beans, our taco beans, black beans. They're just going to go nicely in there now. Oh, absolutely stunning. I don't think I'll be able to wrap this much up at all. So that's all going nicely in that dish. I might even put the other tortilla wrap on top. So there we have it, gang. That's our burrito, our vegan style wrap. Okay, any questions, direct message me. I hope yours is as lovely as mine is. Enjoy.